Hello and welcome to the Blaine Nicholls Show. This is the very first episode. It's just going to be me today, but I'm super excited to kick this thing off. The goal of this podcast will be to have a lot of great guests, talk to them about things really relating primarily to film, advertising, and artificial intelligence. Really just wanted a forum for me to explore some of the topics that really interest me, and just a place where I can get my friends together or get experts who can give me advice or talk through the things that I've been thinking through. So I'm super excited to kick this off. I have been playing with a couple different ways and formats of doing a podcast like this, but going to test this one out with Streamlabs here, actually StreamYard here, and yeah, excited to see how it goes. What are some of the things that I hope to talk about on this show? I think the first thing is that I'm the VP. Oh boy. And live streaming is live. You really can't stop and try something else. So we're just going to keep talking. But so first of all, I'm the VP of Creative at Vayner Commerce, which is Gary V's D2C arm, the e-commerce arm of his company. So we focus very much on taking small businesses and scaling them online. My role in that is primarily focused on paid advertising on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, things like that. So I have a lot of experience in making paid social advertising and trying to make things that really feel native to the platforms that they're on, and really taking a product and scaling it out on Facebook, Instagram, using primarily those platforms. I think the Meta platform is the superior platform, in my opinion, for advertising still to this day. They've been dominating for a while, and I think that's still true. TikTok has some interesting things going on, but it's not quite where Facebook is right just yet. Especially, I would say, if you're marketing to anyone above, say, millennial age, then you really are going to want to focus a lot of your efforts on Facebook, Instagram. So anyways, that's going to be a big thing that I focus a lot of my talking on is how to make great ads. So if anybody is interested in that topic, would love to discuss it further, hit me with any questions. I'll try to maybe build an episode around it, maybe have some folks that I've worked with come on the show. And then next is probably artificial intelligence is a big thing that's really piqued my interest of late, since ChatGPT blew up onto the scene. I mean, a little under a year ago now. It's been one of the only things I can think about, as I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. And so it's definitely something that I want to talk about and explore a little bit further, just how I feel about it, what my thoughts are, how I can better use it to further my career. I think that my main opinion on artificial intelligence is that if you aren't getting into it now, you're falling behind. I think that there's probably, I think most of the world knows what ChatGPT is now, but it's probably something like 10% or less of people who have really taken the time to dive in deep and figure out how to use these tools. I've played with a bunch of different ones, but really honed in probably primarily on ChatGPT, although I spent a lot of time on Midjourney and played with some things like Character AI and Beautiful AI, which is an AI tool for making PowerPoint presentations, which is really cool. But so I really have tried to understand what these tools are capable of, and learn how to be a strong prompt engineer, which I think is a big thing that really everybody should be working on at the moment if you really want to make sure that you're moving forward in your career and also future-proofing your career. I think especially in the advertising realm, especially with creatives like myself, these things can get kind of scary. I mean, you look at Sora, I believe is what it's called, just came out with ChatGPT, which is really doing really impressive AI created videos. Um, that is a scary thing to a creative, especially somebody who makes their money in video advertising. I think that, for me, maybe not quite as much because I'm more running the team that is creating it, but I know members of my team. I mean, I have a production team on my staff that is focused on going and shooting video to make sure that we are making the best ads we possibly can. And to not have but you have the ability to just type in a sentence and up comes the video that you needed to make an ad. That's a pretty powerful thing to be able to do. And it's also pretty dangerous for a lot of professions, in my opinion. I think that's going to be something I'm going to try to explore a little bit further is what are the pros and cons? Where are these tools going to be good for you? Where are they going to hurt you? And how can you hopefully future proof yourself? And then finally, film is going to be a big thing that I want to talk about on this podcast. I spent 10 years living in Los Angeles. I was an actor for most of my life, have a degree in theater, and have gotten really into making things like short films, working with a lot of friends and colleagues in Los Angeles to shoot things. My first guest will likely be tomorrow evening. Will be Hayden Livesay, who is a actor and director who based in Los Angeles, who has a new film coming out called "In the Ring of Brotherhood." Super excited about that one. We'll get some sneak previews of that film and just talk about the kind of behind the scenes process, how he put everything together. And then I'm excited to kind of have everybody that's involved with that film on. That's probably how I'll really start off, is just getting all my friends who put this great short film together to talk about the process and what went into it. A lot of it, I think, will be kind of bullshitting with my friends. I'm sitting here drinking a glass of whiskey right now. It's a old fashioned, but having a glass of wine, just generally chatting and just talking about process and, maybe what movies we're into. I just saw Poor Things in theater, which is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen in my life. Yorgos Lanthimos does not fuck around, and Emma Stone was amazing in it, but it is a very strange movie. I still recommend it for anybody that's like a real film buff. If you're not a film buff and you just like to watch movies for fun, that's probably one you can skip because it is pretty out there. But yeah, so talking about film, AI, and advertising. Those are probably the main three topics that I'm going to talk about. I don't really like the idea of focusing in on one niche and only talking about that. I'm going to talk about what interests me. I'm going to talk so other topics may develop as we go, as I figure out what this thing is. This is just episode 1, so we will continue to learn and grow over time, I'm sure. But excited to really kick this thing off. I am thinking about also maybe using it as a place where I develop more content, and really intentionally on the live stream, just to try to make some TikToks and see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see on that one. But just kind of showing the process that you go into to kind of figure this stuff out, I think would be really valuable content as I learn. As I mentioned, I'm streaming on StreamYard right now. Yesterday, I was trying to stream using Streamlabs, which I had a ton of issues with, and StreamYard seems to be working a lot better. This is gonna be a test. I'll watch it after this and see how it went, but I think that things like that, like there's a learning curve to these things that is you don't really realize when you're just watching it, when you're scrolling through TikTok or something, and these kind of things come up. But I kind of would love to kind of pull the veil back on the things that I'm learning as I'm learning them, and see where that goes. But yeah, so super excited to get this thing kicked off. Thank you for anybody who watches this, and look forward to tomorrow evening. It'll probably be around 6:30 Pacific. I'll be streaming with Hayden Livesay talking about In the Ring of the Brotherhood. So, like I said, very excited, and I'll see you then.